Arne Slot's confident he's got enough cover at centre-back, but with 2 failed bids for Marc Guéhi, questions remain. Can Liverpool's makeshift defence hold up, or will a big signing still arrive at Anfield? Arne Slot insists his Liverpool squad has plenty of options at centre-back, even if some of those players aren't specialists in the position. His comments came ahead of Sunday's Community Shield against Crystal Palace, where Marc Guéhi will be able to provide a reminder of what he could offer the Reds. Liverpool have seen 2 bids for Guéhi rejected, and for now at least, have no plans to return with a third. However, their options at the back appear rather limited from the outside. They have 3 senior specialist centre-backs, Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate, and the currently injured Joe Gomez. Captain Van Dijk signed a contract extension at the tail end of last season, keeping him at the club until 2027, but Konate's current deal only runs until the end of the current campaign. During pre-season, the likes of Wataru Endo, Ryan Gravenberch and Andy Robertson have filled in at centre-back, with Slot confident of their abilities. They can definitely play there as well, and you forget Joe Gomez, the Dutchman said. Unfortunately, Gomez has a minor injury at the moment, but he will be back with the team soon. I'm really happy with the players we are having, and we have numerous players who can play in the position. Those stand-in centre-backs aren't the only players able to do more than one job at Anfield. New right-back Jeremy Frimpong got minutes on the wing for old employers Bayer Leverkusen and Slot, foresees him as an option there when Mohamed Salah heads off to the Africa Cup of Nations midway through the season. We definitely thought about AFCON. It's partly why we brought in Frimpong, because he can play as a right winger, Slot told reporters. A maximum 6 games without Mo, but that's a lot in the Premier League. Jeremy can play there, but he isn't the only option. Palace captain Guéhi was also looked at by Newcastle last summer, but the Magpies have moved on to other targets such as Malik Thiaw. Guéhi was one of 3 centre-backs to start for Oliver Glasner's side in a 3-1 win over Augsburg last Friday, and is expected to be involved on Sunday. The match will be Palace's first return to Wembley since winning the FA Cup there back in May, and Guéhi's fellow centre-back Maxence Lacroix still watches the game, back to relive the highs. This type of emotion, you don't have it every day, he told Club Media. It's like time stops. I watched the game back on YouTube, and when you watch it again, you're like, no, it's not possible. We're going to win. Massive breaking news from Anfield. Darwin Núñez is officially out. The Uruguayan striker has agreed a stunning move to Al Hilal in a deal worth over £50 million. Liverpool are now turning their full attention to Newcastle's Alexander Isak, but it won't be easy. Liverpool have agreed a deal to sell Darwin Núñez to Al Hilal and will now focus on landing a replacement. The Reds have Newcastle striker Alexander Isak as their top target, but won't panic by an alternative if they fail to get their man. They will only switch targets if they believe another one who fits their criteria can be bought in this window. Núñez, 26, is flying out to Germany on Thursday to complete his medical with the Saudi club, who are currently in Europe for pre-season preparations. Al Hilal will pay £46 million up front, with bonuses which will take the fee beyond £50 million. Liverpool paid Benfica £65 million up front, rising to £85 million in 2022. The Reds have already brought in Hugo Ekitike from Eintracht Frankfurt this summer in a deal worth up to £79 million, but they've now sold Núñez along with Luis Diaz, while Diogo Jota tragically died in a car accident, leaving them considering further enhancements in attack. That is why they are pursuing Isak. They are only in the market for a starting forward and not a backup, but they will only pay what they believe is a fair market value and chase someone they believe they can land before the window closes. Liverpool have shown in the past that they won't pivot to other targets if they don't get their number one, unless they believe they also meet their criteria. That is the feeling here, and they don't believe they need to land a striker, but there is a want to. An example of that would be not signing another centre-back when they had to delay a move for Virgil van Dijk in the summer of 2017, or last year when Martin Zubimendi turned them down to stay at Real Sociedad. PSG forward Bradley Barcola, 22, has been linked with the club in recent days as an Isak alternative, with the thought given that Ekitike would play central. But while the forward is liked by Liverpool and a number of clubs, there is no planned move for him at this stage. PSG are unlikely to consider allowing him to leave, thus making him unattainable. While Liverpool also feel a left-sided attacker of Barcola's age would block the path of talented teenager Rio Ngumoha. Núñez departs the club having spent 3 years at Anfield and was a signing pushed for by Jurgen Klopp after the Uruguayan impressed in Champions League games against the Reds. But he failed to show enough clinical finishing to be a regular starter for the Reds. Núñez wanted to leave in January when there was interest from Saudi side Al Nassr and others. Liverpool stood firm and wanted him to stay as they chased Premier League and Champions League glory. Napoli failed with a bid earlier in the window as Núñez again asked to leave, but now Al Hilal have reached terms with Liverpool and the player will earn £400,000 a week in Saudi. Liverpool failed with a £110 million bid for Isak last week and are waiting for encouragement before a second offer, which is likely to break the British transfer record. Newcastle are not entertaining bids until they find a replacement for Isak, but look set to miss out on their latest target as RB Leipzig striker Benjamin Sesko is negotiating terms with Manchester United. Isak, 25, is now recovering from a thigh injury and training away from the Newcastle first-team squad after Eddie Howe was angered by the player's actions when he went to train at former club Real Sociedad while the Magpies were in the Far East on tour.
One chapter ends and another might be about to begin. Tyler Morton has officially left Liverpool after 15 years at the club, joining French side Lyon in a £15 million deal. And his close friend Harvey Elliott has paid tribute with an emotional message saying he's so proud of the midfielder. But Elliott's own future is now in the spotlight, with RB Leipzig knocking on the door. Could Liverpool be facing a double midfield exit? Let's break it all down. This is Liverpool Report. Harvey Elliott has sent an emotional message to his close friend Tyler Morton after the 22-year-old completed a permanent move away from Liverpool. Morton joined Liverpool at the age of 7 and was a boyhood fan. He came through the club's academy and made 14 senior appearances, having made his competitive debut back in 2021. However, Morton has now departed the club, joining French side Lyon in a £15 million deal. And Elliott, who became good friends with Morton after joining Liverpool from Fulham as a 16-year-old in 2019, says he is so proud of the midfielder. In response to Lyon's announcement video, Elliott wrote on his Instagram story, "My brother Tyler Morton 6. So proud, my mate. Deserve it more than anyone." 2 red heart emojis. Elliott could also be on the move this summer, with RB Leipzig hoping to sign him as a potential replacement for Xavi Simons. Simons is on the verge of joining Chelsea for £60 million, and Leipzig have made contact with both Liverpool and Elliott over a move. Elliott is a boyhood Liverpool fan and is understood to be reluctant to leave, but is prepared to move on for the good of his career. The 22-year-old made just 6 starts across all competitions last season and admitted he is open to leaving Anfield while on international duty with England at the Under-21 European Championship. It's just a situation that me and the team have to have a conversation about because I'm coming into an age now where I'm 22. I'm going to be 23 next season, Elliott said. I don't really want to be wasting years of my career because it's a short career. You don't know what's going to happen. I need to reflect. I need to see if I'm content in doing what I'm doing and how can I improve as a player, because that's the most important thing. I just want to improve and be the best possible version of myself. If that's to go somewhere else, then it's a decision that I'm going to have to make, and I just need to see what happens. Nothing makes me want to leave. I love the club, I love the fans, the team, I support them as well. But most importantly, it's just about what's best for my career.
Just when it looked like Eberechi Eze and Mark Guehi were heading out of Selhurst Park, the story has taken a dramatic twist. Despite strong interest from Arsenal and Liverpool, the Crystal Palace duo may actually stay put this summer. Why are the big clubs holding back? And what could this mean for future transfers, including shock links to Real Madrid and Barcelona? Eberechi Eze and Mark Guehi have not ruled out staying at Crystal Palace despite interest from Arsenal and Liverpool. The Eagles pair were expected to be on the move this summer after the club lifted the FA Cup last season. Arsenal were eyeing the England winger as a potential wide recruit despite the signing of Noni Madueke from Chelsea. Meanwhile, Liverpool put Guehi on their shortlist as a potential replacement for Jarell Quansah, who completed a £35 million move to German side Bayer Leverkusen earlier this summer. Despite the pair having suitors, it is not guaranteed that they depart. According to The Sun, Palace have not received any firm offers for either Eze or Guehi, and they are in no rush to cash in on either. Guehi has just a year remaining on his contract at Selhurst Park, and it looks more likely that he could leave for free in just 12 months' time. And should he do that, it could potentially open the door to moves to Spanish giants Barcelona and Real Madrid. In the meantime, Eze could also remain in South London despite Arsenal's interest. The wide man is interested in a move to the Emirates, but the Gunners are not yet prepared to activate his 68-month release clause, which could see them move on to alternative targets. Fresh developments over Eze and Guehi's stances are at odds with Chairman Steve Parish's approach last summer after he claimed he was shocked that Eze remained. He also underlined his willingness to do business with the Premier League's big hitters. I was really worried from a club point of view of losing Michael and Ebbs in the same window, and we didn't have in Ebbs the interest that I thought we would have, Parish told Sky Sports News. I was astounded, genuinely astounded. I mean, the guy's just an outstanding footballer, an outstanding person, he added. We want to be selling to the top clubs, or to clubs like Newcastle, who've got great aspirations and have recently been in the Champions League. So we have to manage all of those things. We won't get really great young talent to come to us if they think they're going to be stuck. We want to be playing in the Champions League, Parish said. The reality is we don't right now. That's what players want to achieve in their career, and we respect that, and we respect the fact that sometimes we're going to be a pathway to that.